I am live. It's kind of cool going live. It feels like you're actually here. So when I say I'm live and you don't come through the door, that always feels a little strange and disappointing, if I'm honest, right? It would be awesome if you were all here. There's not room, but it would be awesome. I can see I already have a few of the cool kids here. And Ali was first. That made me giggle. I saw Ali come in and say, "I'm not going to miss this one." So she was a few minutes early. So hi, Ali. Everybody's just doing their hellos. So I am going to tell you what I've been up to for the last several hours. So for those of you who have been watching me on other live streams, you know that it was my daughter's 19th birthday today. She's a May 4th baby. And we went out this weekend. We went to the theatre in Toronto, which is the nearest big city, and we saw Moulin Rouge, which was really fun. Not my usual scene, but my daughter just loved it. She's very artistic, creative, very out there. Yeah, a lot of fun. Maybe not, doesn't carry herself the way that I carry myself, but she loved it and she's awesome. So we did that. And then today we went wine tasting in the Niagara region where all of the vineyards are. So she had her first legal drink. And I'm not going to look into that anymore. I don't know what she's been up to. I don't need to know what she's been up to. But today, in my parents' eyes, was her first alcoholic beverage. So we went wine tasting. And I am a complete lightweight when it comes to alcohol. So after 4 tiny tasters of wine, I was like a little bit tipsy, a little bit woozy. So the rest of the day was a bit blurry, but I believe we all had fun. I have been spending most of the day, don't tell anyone, with my AirPod in, listening to various live streams. It's bad. I know. I could hear you, Laurie, in my ear saying, "Jenny, take the AirPod out and be present with the family." I was a little bit drunk anyway, so they weren't missing out on much, but we had a lovely time. And I got to listen to all my friends, which was awesome. So let's have a look who's joined us. Yeah, Sally's here. Yay, Sally, you got home. I heard Peter heckling you on his live stream. I did have a visual of how it looks when you and Daryl are trying to get anywhere in the car without your maps on there. I was also chuckling at Peter's English terminology, calling it the sat nav, satellite navigation. That's like a very English term for what North America calls Google Maps, probably, because I've noticed in the Canada and the States, we use a lot of like trade names instead of the actual function. So, you know what, Peter? I guess it is satellite navigation if we're going to get technical. So I shouldn't be mocking you in my head in a nice way. So I'm glad Sally and Daryl got home. That's awesome. So hello. We got Ali G and Sally D. And we got the amazing Laurie. Peter, the most emotionally intelligent man I am aware of. Peter likes The Greatest Showman. Yeah, actually, there was a family in front of us saying that they enjoyed that. What's his name? What's the main actor's name? It's going to kill me now because I already know it. It's going to come to me. The actor from The Greatest Showman, Hugh Jackman, right? I enjoy him. Not necessarily The Greatest Showman. Ali loves musicals. I love movies, but I'm not a huge fan of musicals, especially if I'm not familiar with the music. But I have to say, in Moulin Rouge, there was so many like current references to current songs that I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I was a good mom. I was extremely overwhelmed several times this weekend, and I powered through and used that mom spirit to get me through. So I'm proud of that. Sally saying she just walked in the door. And I'm so honored, Sally, that after that shenanigan, you actually sat here and listened to my live. I so appreciate everyone who's here. It's not a small commitment spending time listening to a friend speak. And I very much appreciate that. I have Fox's collective videography. Yay! Wonderful to catch your live stream at long last. Thank you for joining. I do believe you're one of my 104 subscribers. So exciting. I went from 97 subs when I woke up this morning to 104 now. So that's so exciting. Hugh Jackman. Yeah, Peter got that. So Yvonne joined. Hi, Yvonne. Da, 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 all the highs. Hi, Nana. Yes. Foxy's saying, I don't mind musicals, though. I certainly quite like romantic comedies on the other hand. Yeah, I love movies. Rom-coms are fun. Fun because life is just not like that. Makes me look at my husband like, what are you doing? You need to be like this, like 50 Shades of Grey, get a helicopter and come swoop me up on a date, not ask me if I want like a Tim Hortons, which is pretty much what we do. Da, da, da. Yes, Fox is. Oh, you were the 94th or 95th sub. Yeah. You know what? I actually don't subscribe to channels straight away. And that speaks to what Scott was talking about on his Winning the Week channel. He did a video this morning saying that it's not good to have subscribers if they're not really interested in your content. It doesn't resonate with them. They're not going to watch your video, or they'll watch it for like 2 minutes or less and click away, because that's really bad for your YouTube growth. YouTube just looks at it and thinks, wow, if their subscribers don't even stick around, then what's the point, right? So I always watch a few videos first and make sure that I am actually going to make the effort to watch those videos, because you can watch videos without subscribing. You can support a channel without subscribing. You watch their videos when you can. Subscribing really is only necessary to get monetized. So I am very appreciative for anyone's subscription. Yes, there's the English word for it. But certainly I don't tell people to subscribe if they're not really going to enjoy my stuff. So Foxys, I'm not sure where you came in from, but very appreciative to have somebody come in and join my community. Mike, hey, how's it going? We should use full names on here. Mike, I'm pretty sure your last name is not Adventure Sparks. And I know in high school and college and even university to some level, we used to call people by their last name. So I think anyone named Mike is going to have to be called by their last name, because it just feels a bit creepy to be calling you like handsome. I don't know if I feel good about that. I mean, I'm a married lady and it would gross my kids out. Oh, the ADD. Just reading through. I'm kind of reading in my head because I know you guys can see the chat, and unless you're driving or like making dinner, then you can read it. I tend to like just go back when I can, scroll through and read the comments. So what I did pick up was Nana. Yvonne's last Broadway show was Beauty and the Beast. And actually, that was my last musical that I went to before Moulin Rouge. When I was on honeymoon, we went on our honeymoon in Canada, and we did some touring around because it was the year before we emigrated. So we actually went into Toronto and watched a show, and it was a lot cheaper than it was this time. And it's not cheap to take my daughter anyway, because she is a complete shopaholic, very much unlike me. She likes to spend money, especially other people's. There you go, Foxys. Foxys came here from Old Mike. Isn't that awesome? Old Mike, I think we all admire him so much. I don't know tons about his life, but what I do know about him being a pastor and just such a caring husband and friend and just a community leader just makes you love him so much. And when he's encouraging to you, even though he encourages lots of people, it speaks right to you, doesn't it? So when I hear old Mike saying kind things about me and my channel, it just feels so good. And I think it was Laurie's live stream yesterday evening, where she was talking about doing things for yourself. And I'm not sure, I think I did write in the comments that I do this channel for myself and not for anyone else. And I can't think of another thing in my life that I've done for a very long time that I do just for me. So having 104, and as Sally calls them friends because they are like friends, 104 subscribers, and I know a lot of them, it really makes me feel like I'm on the right path. Like this is another calling for me. To date, my identity has been based on my profession and my standing as a sister, daughter, mom, wife, and my job as well. I've never felt my own identity as much as I do having this channel. So I just wanted to mention that to you, Laurie, that when you said that, like, you need to do something for yourself, it just gave me another reassurance that this is what I should be doing, making this channel just for me. And the really sweet thing today is how my whole family made sure I could do this. I mean, I would have done it anyway, but it was nice that they supported me because we didn't get back that long ago. And my husband was saying, "Oh, I'll go get Emily's cake, my daughter's cake, because you've got your live stream." And he actually asked me, bless him, if I was prepared. And I felt like saying, "Do you know me?" I used to be very prepared, but the last few years I've been going through quite the season where I am not nearly as prepared as I always have been. So that was fun. That was really nice to know that I've got my family supporting me too, even though this is mine. This whole thing, this whole venture is mine. This belongs to me. So that's enough rambling. Thank you for welcoming Foxes, everyone. Foxes, I like to call you Foxes because that's an awesome name. So if you want me to call you by your name, I'm happy to do that. I'll probably forget. I make a lot of excuses for myself, but I do have to recognize that whatever's going on in my life right now, psychologically, my memory is definitely not where it always has been. Partially because of menopause, I reckon, going through that, but also because of the some of the experiences I went through towards the end of my working days. Not that I'm done working by any stretch, but I went through a lot of experiences which really shook me psychologically and have caused some kind of lasting psychological health effects. And one of those is my ability to plan, memorize, all the good stuff. So share your name if you would like. That would be great. I'm just looking to see who else has jumped in. Sally is saying about the God wink. Yes. What am I reading here from Peter? Am I being heckled as well? Da, da, da. Sorry, reading in my head. Oh, Laurie's saying that she got unsubscribed from Scott's channel. That is insane, isn't it? I'm not sure what YouTube is thinking. Scott, on his last live stream, gave some tips to use for referencing your your YouTube family and friends without using their subscriptions or their playlists or anything. He used bookmarks. I haven't used bookmarks in forever because I just stopped after finishing working every day. I haven't worked every day for more than 2 years now, so I don't use those functions as much. So I went straight back into my bookmarks, and it's amazing. Now I have the cool kids bookmark and all of my cool kids friends in there. Then I've got my friends I made through a school community in there. I've got my Gen X crew in there. So it's really nice to be able to go into those bookmark folders and pull out everyone. And my analytics one is in there too. It's really cool. So that's an idea for you, Laurie, instead of having to worry about that. And Scott's got thousands of subscribers. He doesn't miss one or two. Foxes is saying that he doesn't mind if we refer to him as handsome. Thank you, Foxes. I have had people consider me handsome several times before, so you don't need to worry about referring to us men as handsome, my lady. Yeah. Kelly's here. Hey, Kelly. Oh, Faith on the Water, I know your name. Remember the name. I wrote it in my phone probably less than an hour ago to thank you for subscribing, and I really appreciate that. Oh, we're going down to the market with Laurie. What are we doing at the market, Laurie? Where are we shopping? Please don't put me on loudspeaker. Pam's here. Yes, I'm doing well today, Pam. I don't know if you heard the start of my stream where I was talking about my drunken shenanigans with my newly 19-year-old daughter. We went wine tasting in the Niagara region today to celebrate her birthday. Hey, Daryl. Big D. Oh, you didn't know my name, Foxes? Yeah, my channel was called Gen X Values with a Jen. I thought that was like a really cool play on the Gen X theme that I was initially thinking my channel would be. It's not really that way. I do see myself as very Gen X, a lot of the traits of Gen X people, but I don't want to do that like nostalgia type channel where we all get lumped in together. Like if you didn't drink water from a hose, you're not Gen X. If you didn't raise yourself, you're not Gen X. Like there's a lot of hardcore Gen X channels that you get excluded from the generation if you don't fit the picture. That's not for me. But I do have I have a few Gen X subscribers, and I just got a new one today. So I'm pretty sure his name's Christian. His YouTube handle is Tripwire. He has a channel but doesn't post regularly on there. But Tripwire subscribed to me, and Brandon, whose channel was called Gen X POV, but it is now called Brandon POV. Brandon has around 4,000 subs, and he is one of my Gen X crew too. So it's kind of fun seeing all these different communities come together. Oh, I love it when a message gets retracted. I'm always curious. Ali G, what did you say? What did you say that needed to be retracted? Was it inappropriate? Are you thinking like I'm a square because I didn't Moulin Rouge and drinking alcohol's not my scene? I am a bit of a nerd, but I don't need alcohol to be fun. Yeah, a wine tour would be super fun for her. She liked it. My daughter liked it. Yeah, Kelly's saying she liked that play on words. And I think where I was going before I got distracted with the whole Gen X subscribers was that Brandon, formerly Gen X POV, and then changed his name to Brandon POV after he advised that it would be good if I changed my name to Jen with a G for the algorithm that we all hate. Yeah, so I changed it to Jen, as in Gen X, Gen, instead of Jen, which is my name. And I am keeping Gen X, Genx, because it just feels right. I'm not doing Gen X content necessarily, but I do resonate so much with Gen X people. And I feel like I have a lot of Gen X characters like resilience, stoicism, critical thinking, witty, awesome, sarcastic, dark sense of humor, and old. sorry. I'm hiding from people hitting me. We're not old, we're seasoned. But we've been through a lot. And when you get older, you've been through a lot of experiences, right? So I do want to stick to those roots. And I'm keeping that name in homage of Brandon and his amazing channel. Yeah, Laurie's saying that she thinks the day with my daughter was a perfect day. Yeah. My children are my greatest accomplishment, so anytime I can spend with them is a gift. That's very true. Yeah. I find being a parent very difficult. The loving part of being a parent is easy. I find it easy, second nature, to love my kids. But I find it very intense. I'm not going to say stressful. Life is stressful. I find it very intense being a parent, knowing what to do, what's the right thing, um, knowing that the trauma that I experienced is going to flow onto them, and I can try and stop it as much as I can, but their environment is going to shape them. And I am shaped very much by my experiences, and not all of them were very good. So I'm very aware that my perspective and my actions, behaviors are kind of funneling down. And every day as a parent, I learn something new and wish I'd have done something different. So every day I try again, and every day I hear myself saying things that I wish I didn't say, which I hadn't said. But I will keep trying. And when I read lovely messages like that, so nice. And you're right, Laura, you're absolutely right. I do treasure that time, but I do feel a lot of pressure. Like every minute, am I doing this right? Should I have said that? Should I have done that? Shall I do this instead? Always like second guessing. That inner narrative that I have is wicked. The inner narrative in my head, so mean. And I think I read somewhere that your inner voice, because you don't have to speak it, is 200 times faster. That voice that's going on is 200 times faster than your spoken voice. So of course we're going to listen to the voice in our head that's like going even faster than we can process and speak. So I'm aware that I gotta work on that. I'm always working. What we got? Oh, is River Dog here too? Did I miss that? I'm so sorry. Oh, River Doggy's faith on the water. There you go, River Dog. Got it. Well, I'm pretty sure River Dog's probably not your actual given name, right? I mean, it would be cool if you had a birth certificate or a driver's license that says River Dog. That would be cool. And Ali is saying, I think your name speaks for that because you have Gen X values. It's true. This channel, a lot of it is just getting to know who I am and speaking my truth and having a voice and not making myself small, which I do all the time. I shrink myself all the time. So, my values, that's something that I need to develop, because out there in the world, we need people to have more of a moral compass and more kindness and optimism, and just we need more goodness out there. Pam's saying she follows a creator called Neurodivergent. Oh, I love that. Neurodivergent with two N's. That's so cool. I think we all know, though, in this group, most of us are creators, and we know that the handle doesn't mean nearly as much as the effort we put into it. Because when I do searches for people's handles, it doesn't do very well in YouTube. It's just kind of cute. Laurie's saying something similar, I think, because she's saying, do you think channel names are important for the algorithm? Someone suggested I change my channel name. Your channel name and your handle are different, though, right? I'm getting myself all confused. Clearly, I will never be a YouTube guru or even a YouTube growth content creator. Not on the cards for me. Ali's saying something about a fat thumb. It was an accident because my fat thumb. And I don't know what's worse, right? Actually typing or using voice text. Voice text gets you into so much trouble, especially with an accent. But then again, so does auto like predictive text. When it guesses a word, that drives everyone nuts. Alligator. Pam saying, I often hit send too soon. Yeah. Who was it who said Laurie? Was it you? Oh, it might not have been. I think it was one of the cool kids or the Sunshine Crew who said they actually write their comments in notes or another part of their phone, and then when they're finished, put it into the comments so that you can kind of proofread it before you get it in there. So that's an option, I guess. Yeah, Peter's saying he doesn't think channel names is important as the continuity of the content for the algorithm. Yes, absolutely. It's kind of upsetting that we have to focus so much on making YouTube happy. I do think that the live streams, and this is just my opinion, that we have a little more leeway with what we talk about in the live streams. I know it's transcribed by the AI, which is not very smart. So they can tell what we're saying. But I think if you live stream for an hour and you're talking continuously and you're reading other people's comments, I don't think it pays as much attention to like the niche that you're in. So I think you get to talk about a little bit more than you would if you just made a video. But that's just where I think. Ali G is saying aging is inevitable, but maturity is totally optional. Yeah. Ain't that the truth? That's some wisdom right there, Ali. Yeah, Laurie's saying that's beautiful, Jen. It's such an amazing part of the journey. We don't always get it right. I get it wrong still. Thank you, Laurie. That actually makes me feel better than it probably should. I should feel satisfied with the job that I'm doing as a parent because I'm trying really hard. But when there are other parents out there whose children are grown and still recognizing that we make mistakes, it does mean a lot. It just makes me feel more connected. That's why we're all here, right? That's why I'm making this live stream, even though I look like a crazy lady. Who hasn't grown up? Big D. If you had grown up, Big D, there is no way you'd be able to live with Sally. You need to be a child at heart to live in Sally's world because that's what makes Sally so magnetic, right? Just that like childhood amazement that she brings. How can you not love that? Faith Underwater, say River Dog. Yes. My podcast is faith based. I preach sermons from the seat of a kayak and trails. Yeah. Today, when I was in the back of the car, a little bit drunk, I was putting together a plan for the live stream tonight that I didn't get to do because I didn't get back in time. But I am going to make a video at some point in my life about my first 100 subscribers because I do know a lot of you people and what I gain from those subs because I gain so much from this community here. 13 people here and only 2 likes, really? I gain so much from everyone here. And I want to take the time to bring up as many of you as possible to say thank you and to share with you what you bring to my life. The big one here is restoring my faith in humanity. I am naturally a very kind and loving person. And after being on the planet for around 20 years, I realized from experience that being kind and loving and giving can actually be a negative thing. It can get you in some very dangerous situations. And that left its mark on me. And I haven't made many connections in life. And I still find it very challenging to accept people to give people my full self when I meet them. But that has changed a lot since starting this channel and meeting you because I feel safe. I feel like myself again. And that's a really an amazing thing. And I just want to thank you. We are a sum of the people we have around us. And this community makes me better as a person. I'm growing and evolving as a person actively because of you. So I appreciate that very much. And Riverdog and Sally and Daryl, Laurie, Ali, Peter, Brandon, Jay, Sandra, Yvette, Dana, Glenn, Pam. I have never felt as spiritual and as close to God as I do now. And that really is a gift that I never thought I'd be able to receive. And I feel like I'm starting to receive that now. And that's because of you. And all of you know how important that is to have a good, fulfilling, meaningful life, is to have that kind of spirituality. So thank you. I'm going to read the comments a little bit. Okay. So yeah, thank you, Riverdog. Another one of my friends who are teaching me more about spirituality and faith. I appreciate that. Peter is saying that's brilliant, Ali. I completely agree. Maturing is boring. Yes, it is. Kind of needed for a lot of adulting, though, right? I need to help my daughter with that. She's not grasping the concept of adulting and an appropriate conversation and appropriate dress. My husband's face this morning when my daughter walked downstairs dressed as she had chosen to go to the winery was quite the picture. And because he is also actively trying to be a better parent to an older child, he left the room. It's because he didn't want to criticize what she was wearing. It was the best. She did have on a very form-fitting dress with a Guns N' Roses t-shirt on top, long knee-high grey socks, and high-heeled netted black shoes. So fun. We managed to sidestep some of that, but it was a fun time this morning. But yeah, maturing, not so fun, right? Oh, lots of love going round here. Your face is pressure. Is Scott here? Scott starring this your face. I'll never forget that one live stream Scott did where he told us all to thumbs down his channel. And the whole your face conversation was killing me. I was trying to drive somewhere and I was laughing so hard. That was a tough night. All right. Oh, Daryl's saying that's why we're so good together. You're right, Daryl. That is why you and Sally are so good together. You're meant to be. Pam saying that most creators start with doing different content and they end up like, yeah, absolutely. Even this live stream is evolving from 3 weeks ago. I still have the agenda and I will absolutely touch upon some of those things in my agenda for the live stream, but this really is just a place to connect. That's what I like about it. We can just try and stick to a plan, but maybe not. Da, da, da. Sally's World. Oh, we got some good stuff going on in the chat tonight. Lots of people's plans. All right. Sally is saying yesterday Dee was trying so hard to be serious and you just couldn't. And then he started laughing. Well, that's good that he started laughing. All right. Love, love, love. Oh, so much love going on. Pam saying that means so much, Jen. I'm glad. I'm glad. Don't get me wrong, there's times when you should be mature, but only at those times, like if you're too like mature, then life is boring. Yeah, some people would say my life is boring. What I'm learning about myself is I feel more comfortable when life is boring. I feel very comfortable in kind of unhappy situations because I'm so familiar with them. When you've been through so many, when things are going bad, although it's not nice, I feel very comfortable in those situations. And I have to push past that upper limit. I have to push past so I can get comfortable being happy and maybe having a bit more fun outside of this environment. I'm good having fun here, but not so much like in the outside world. What do we got? Sally, thank you. Aw. You know what, Sally? Our phone call was an actual conversation. I did listen, but you listened too. Again, we don't always pay attention to the good things about us. You are a very good conversationalist, and you did intentionally stop at regular points throughout that call to let me speak. And I am more than happy to listen. I enjoy listening. So we're good friends. See, Sally's saying, I did listen to you too. I should get a little bit of credit. That's it. Absolutely what I just said, right? Rachel's here. Simply Resilient Me. Rachel, if you guys haven't checked Rachel's channel out, I'm jealous. Because Rachel, sorry, Rachel, if I'm embarrassing you, but you have like 38,000 subs. It is absolutely freaking amazing. I'm so happy for you. And you have so many videos because your channel's like a couple of years old now, I believe. So you've got lots and lots of videos for people to watch. So everyone who's on here, I know you would love Rachel's content, Simply Resilient Me. This morning's video was a doozy. I had to watch it twice. Actually, I think 3 times. I watched it twice on my premium account that's just under my name, and then once under my Gen X Values account, so I could make a comment and you'd know who I was. Guys, I've got to pull a Daniel because I feel like my nose is running. So I'm going to pull a Daniel. Okay, that's better. What have we got here? See, totally forgot where I was. It'll come back. Clearly, it was not anything terribly important. It was important. It was Rachel's channel. And I was saying hello to Rachel. So thank you for coming by, Rachel. Love this morning's video. Buddhism and Stoicism and the difference between the two. Who cares? I use both. I will take all the help that I can get to live a meaningful life. And I really enjoyed how you related it to like spirituality and religion and people's faith, because using like the principles of Stoicism and Buddhism is really only to help us be better people and be better Christians if that's the denomination we choose to follow. So everyone should check that out. What do we have? Yeah, Peter was like really saying a lot of nice things about my channel today, and he was really nice. Not so good at hearing compliments, but I'm really going to have to get used to it, aren't I? Because we're a very supportive community, and we really go all out and show all the love and kindness that we could possibly show. So I need to get used to that. Peter's saying the people who would say your life is boring, Jen, are the same people who don't feel comfortable enough to do what you are doing with that. Yes, absolutely. What we have to go through to get past the obstacles and get past the resistance to make a video or do a live stream, it's a lot of work. So to get past that requires a lot. And if you're boring, I really don't think you get anywhere. So you're right, Peter. You're always right. CL, thank you for listening in. I so appreciate that. I know you're a hard worker, and that you can't always join in, or if you can, you can't always like chat, and that's more than okay. But I really look forward to getting to know you more. I guess we're going to sort of be patient and stick around in the community to learn more about you. Rachel's saying, my reminder never went off, sorry. ADHD brain. Yes. All of a sudden you're sitting there and you're like, live stream. Yeah. I have so many alarms set on my phone to help me, and I don't always get the memo, even with the alarm going off. Everybody's saying hi to Rachel. Famous 38,000 subscribers. Isn't that amazing? What have we got here? Sally, did you meet your 2,000? Oh, still 2 more friends. Come on. I think the fact that you're still so close to 2,000 means nobody's unsubscribing, which means everyone you have in your community now really wants to be there, and that's an amazing thing. And it'll just come. I'm sure. Let's just predict for tomorrow 2004 subs. Let's just say that and see if we get it right. Peter, you just saying that to me. Did I just say doozy? Probably. It's your fault, all your English words. It's wearing off on me. I have everyone in my family's English. The only people I having who are Canadian are my kids, and they hear a lot of English from me. So Rachel's saying, I use everything I can get as well. I'll take all the help I can get. Yeah. I think I was saying earlier in this live stream that one of the big reasons for this channel is to help me evolve and grow and know myself better and to have a voice. And I believe everyone who has a channel where they share themselves and really want to be a better person, we get so much from it. It helps us just as much as it helps everyone else. Sally saying, I am in just awe. I think you mean awe, right? Autocorrect. She's in awe of how many people come to her live and how many have subscribed and now are friends. Yeah. You're in a very dark, lonely place. I think we all visit there regularly, right? It's not fun to be there. It's unreal. It does feel unreal because YouTube wasn't even a thing for us, right? I don't even remember like when internet connection became so big. Like MySpace, Facebook never really took off for me. I didn't really feel connected to people on there, but this is like a whole different kettle of fish. I hope they never take it away. Did you get that, Peter? Kettle of fish? Is that English? I think it might be, right? What? Hello, hello, hello. Mike is saying he's been losing subscribers. I think you just gotta embrace it, Mike. From what I hear, subscribers are not really that important as long as you've got more than 1,000 so that you can be monetized. And as time goes on and you feel more comfortable in your content, that will help you, the algorithm recognize your people coming in. Maybe you need a different group of people, like a different caliber of people. They will come for you. I believe that for me too. But I think it happens faster when you're over 1,000 subs. Another thing is like looking at those analytics every day, right? I have to get out that habit. Every morning, I go onto my YouTube studio and I just take a screenshot. I don't look too much into it. I just want that like marker so I can look at it one day if I want to, how it grew. But yeah, that can be really really disheartening. The aging retiree. I have another Mike here, don't I? I have Mike squared. Hi, aging retiree. Hi, Mike. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate you coming by and taking a look at my shenanigans. Hello, hello, hello. Michael, you are awesome. Both of you, Michaels. Yeah. Pam recently subscribed to Rachel. I bet you love Rachel's channel, don't you, Pam? You guys, I feel like a definite similarity between the two of you. I'm sure you enjoy each other's content. Otis. Who is Otis? Pam, you know everyone. Oh, it's not Mike. The aging retiree is Otis. There you go. Mike is saying, I'm trying to keep up with Sally. No. We all know from each other's channels, those ones who are self-development, that we should not be comparing ourselves, which we all do. Oh, that's the closest you get from me. Oh, alrighty. I'm not sure about the emojis there, Peter, and what that means. I have been drinking a very small volume of wine, which is more than enough for me. And it's probably out my system by now, but my brain remembers the alcohol, I think. Drinking before noon, not to be advised. Rachel is saying that YouTube purges subscribers constantly. Yeah. I think most people have noticed that, right? Oh, Rachel, you regularly lose more than you actually gain. It feels like a daily purge, so don't get discouraged. Thanks for sharing that, Rachel. I have to believe that this kind of AI oversight that YouTube uses, it has to come to an end. I want to say that, but I know the reality is it probably won't come to an end. But let's just hope the AI gets better, because it's not doing the job it needs to do by getting rid of all these disingenuous creators. It's actually punishing people who are doing a good job on their channels. It's kind of bizarre that it unsubscribes people from a channel when they actually watch it regularly. We've got to do better. We've got to do better. Oh, the Mike is chatting. So I'm confused. If Asian retiree is not Mike, it's Otis. Am I understanding that correctly? Then who's the other Mike? I might be a bit slow here. Speaking of stress relievers, does anybody drink Kava? I think you know, Ali, now that I just don't drink apart from tea and coffee. And maybe it's better I just stick to that. Oh, Peter, the kettle of fish. Very good. Because I saw the teapot and that just threw me off. But very good. Oh, Scott, of course, comes in with his Gen X quip that Mike is lying. Otis is his real name and he pretends to be a Mike. Please don't confuse me. Pam is trying to put us straight. She's saying that Asian retiree is Mike, but it's a little joke to call him Otis because there are several Mikes. I like that. There are not many Otises out there. It's got 4 letters. It's got an I in it. Let's just call Mike Otis. If that's okay with you, Mike. Asian retiree Mike. Yay. Yeah, Foxes is saying, handsome Foxes, is that better? Is saying that's the very unusual part on AI, Jen. AI does all kinds of silly things. Yeah, no kidding. And we're actually bringing AI into more and more things. It's scary, scary. I was watching TV with my husband last night and an advert for Amazon came on. And it showed someone taking a picture of a rash and sending it to Amazon, and Amazon identifying the rash and finding a cream that you could go ahead and buy and use. And my husband just turned and, like, in a fearful way, looked at me and said, "Are you triggered?" And I actually wasn't triggered by that. I think it's great that it's kind of a simple function for AI to recognize. I think it was like a contact dermatitis, poison ivy or something, and say that's a poison ivy rash. This is the cream you need. I think that's good. Where I don't think is so good is it gives you no additional direction. Like, this looks like poison ivy, but if you're not around poison ivy, then you shouldn't use this. And if the rash remains for X number of days, then you should see a doctor. And if you put the cream on and it burns, you should discontinue immediately because that's not a normal thing. Some people might think that's normal. There are all kinds of deeper things there that bother me, but I'm not going to get into my MedLab insider content inside this channel. If I keep talking about the medical piece in this channel, then I'll have no motivation to start my second channel, which I really have to do. Peter, I actually worked today on replying to your email before I went out this morning, so I'm hoping to get to it this evening and reply to that. Where am I? My adventure spark. Oh, I like that spark you put there, Pam. Ali's saying, I think there were too many mics. I even made a comment that I never met a mic I didn't like. That's good. And I think he changed his name to Otis for fun. Maybe it's his middle name. Handsome Mike. Yeah, yeah, I'm not sure my husband will be thrilled me calling an array of men handsome. Maybe that's just me. He actually, well, as far as I know, he doesn't watch my videos because I asked him not to. I wanted something just for me. So maybe it's not an issue at all. Everybody wants to be like Mike, LOL. You're right, Peter. And Ali's saying, well, you should, Jen, because Kava is amazing. I don't want to start drinking now. I made it this long without using alcohol as a crutch. I don't need any crutches. TV is my crutch. I love to blank out in front of like a 10-hour Netflix binge and play my phone at the same time, like stop the crazy thoughts. That's my crutch. I'm just reading at the comment, laughing at the comments. Don't mind me. Sally's chipping in. What is going on? Why was I calling you Mike, Otis? I think Sally, because his name is Mike, and then he changed his name to Otis to help us with the confusion. Scott is saying he likes that I have a Tim's cup on my shelf. Right, right. That was a little nod to the Canadian thing, but don't tell Pam. She doesn't like Tim's. She only likes good coffee. My husband's AirPods are connected to my computer. Let's boot him off. There you go. I'm sure he doesn't want to listen to me. Not for an hour anyway. He gets to listen to me plenty. Where am I? Where am I? Yes, she only likes good coffee. You're right. Tim Hortons, he's like kind of near. I enjoy the taste of Tim Hortons only because it just feels like home. It's a choice that we made to move to another country, and it's like a representation. So when we stop for a Tim Hortons, it reminds me of that excitement to be here, that we finally made it and we're starting this new life together, just the two of us. So I taste memories, not necessarily coffee. Peter's saying, define good coffee. Well, yeah, I'm no connoisseur. And Mike / Otis is asking me, isn't this your second or first live, or am I hallucinating again? You may be hallucinating. This is my fourth live, actually, which is like really cool. I'm excited about that. Oh, Peter's there, look, right on it. Fourth live stream. Pam saying, Scott, you rascal, you outed me. It's okay, Pam. You don't have to like Tim Hortons. I just like the cups. Rachel saying she's married to a Gen X Mike. Yeah, Mike is a common name, just like Jenny. I don't know in Canada if Jenny is so popular, but in my classes, all through school and education, there were so many Jens. I'm pretty sure somebody called me Jennifer in here. I just totally skipped past it. Not terribly offended. It's not a big deal, but yeah. No texting and driving. Who's texting and driving? Ali G, did you just retract another memory? Another message? What's going on? Kava is not booze. Oh. Yeah, now you lost me. Peter's saying, gotta get some Nescafe down you, girl. LOL. That's one of the reasons we left England, Peter. That's not true. Lots of reasons, but that's not one of them. Yeah, Scott's saying that's a good reason to like it. It reminds you of home. Yeah, Canada is my home, my chosen home. And there's no Publix here, Scott, so we're limited in choice, right? Yes, Scott's saying, I'm pretty sure most of you can guess what you're drinking. Publix diet sweet tea, perchance? Peter's saying moonshine. Big D. Oh yeah, you see, I just put the sugar-free in the other order. But yeah, we know what you drink. Yeah, Rachel's saying her grandma was a Jen. She has 2 Jen nieces. Yeah, it's good that there's like different versions. Jenny, Jennifer, Jen with 2. Yeah, there's lots of variations there. Da, da, da. Oh, Ali's driving and she's trying to use speech to text. I need to know what Kava is. Am I doing something wrong? Oh, Peter's saying if you could leave England and move back to Canada, you would, just for the weather and ice hockey. Yeah, I love it here. That said, leaving your entire family behind is a big price to pay. And raising kids, I know that you don't have kids, Peter, but having no family here, for them to have like aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, that kind of sad. So they did miss out on that. But as they get older and they get to know their family, maybe they won't be upset. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but I don't think any family watches my channel. That's good. Actually, I don't even think any friends. I don't even remember what friends I have told about the channel. Pam saying she has to be a lot more careful on her walk and talk lives. You've said some things. Isn't that funny? That, as you're saying it, you're like, I shouldn't have said that. um, there's no escaping our information being everywhere. I think we should be careful about what we say, but it shouldn't change who we are. We have to live our life. People can find out all kinds of information about us if they want to. One thing I really don't like is the amount of information that's being captured in AI. Every free AI tool like Gemini, ChatGPT, Claude, all of the unpaid levels, every single thing you put in there is captured and used for training or anything they want to use it for. And even if you delete your chats and delete the information you put in, it can hold information up there. I was reading it yesterday in Google saying that it can hold certain things for years. It's kind of it just gives me that ick, that nasty taste that our information's in there for so long, and people put so much information in there. But it's fun. It's fun to put all kinds of crap in there and have it kind of summarize it for you, even if the result is not really what we would have said. What's going on? Yeah, Kelly's saying she doesn't tell too many people about her channel, right? Especially this one, my Gen X channel, my first ever channel. I want to keep it. I don't want to tell people to join my channel. I want it to just grow organically. I don't like that word either. What do we got? Kava's amazing. You're doing something wrong. Tell me, Ali G. What do I have to Google it? Is it Kava with a K or a C? Because I know you're voice texting. You'll have to fill me in because now I feel like I'm missing out. Pam is saying ice hockey's pretty great, but don't tell Dylan. You're happy the Oilers are out of it so you can have your husband back. I married a husband who doesn't watch sports, and that was an intentional thing. He watches sports only so he can chat with the other guys. He doesn't mind it, but yeah, he definitely isn't too invested in it, which is good. As Peter mentioned on his channel, like in England, football slash soccer is huge there, and the rivalry between teams is insane. So much like violence around it. Fun fact, Peter, I am a Wolves fan, Wolverhampton Wanderers, because I went to university there for a few years, so kind of got involved in that. And my dad is a Aston Villa fan. And yeah, so if I'd have married a guy who was into soccer, there probably would have been problems there. Where can you go from there? I actually did have some friends who were West Brom fans, so the whole Wolves versus West Brom, that was a problem. But that was back in the day. Yeah, Mike Otis, I'm not sure what to call you now, doesn't advertise his channels. You have more than one channel. That's exciting. You want to let YouTube do that and you think it's better that way. Agree. And Scott's last video dealt with that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it helps when you don't have many family here who would even ask you about it. Yeah. I missed something here from Rachel talking about living away from home. Yeah. Nothing is good. Kava is good for anxiety, and also with ADHD, it helps you focus. Okay, I'm all in for that because the medication that I'm on right now mean that I can't take ADHD medication, and that is a problem for me. And ADHD medication stimulants actually raise my heart rate so high. Fun fact, every single time I mention something to do with health, I remember a story about healthcare that makes me angry. But my blood pressure and heart rate was rising steadily every doctor's appointment. And I was watching it and I was putting it in my spreadsheet and I was watching it go up. And the doctor would never say anything about it. And at one point, I made an appointment specifically to talk about my blood pressure and heart rate. And it was only when I made that appointment and said, it's been going up, she actually pulled up all of my blood pressures together and all of my heart rates together and actually looked at the trend. Because until then, they would just look at the numbers and they would be like, it's not too bad. It's a little high, but it's not too bad. It's probably just high because it's like white coat syndrome. When you go to the doctor's office, your heart rate and your blood pressure increases. Well, that was not the case. When she looked at it, it was like, ooh. And she's like, oh, yeah. Maybe we should send you for a cardiologist appointment. And I'm like, yeah, that's why I came here today because I want a cardiologist referral. And then it was like cold turkey off the ADHD meds. And that has been a problem for me. So I'll look into that and see if I can take it. Supplements can cause issues too, right? So I'll probably go look into that. Oh, your husband likes NASCAR, Kelly. Oh, I don't like the race cars going around and around. It reminds me of being a kid and watching sports on a Saturday. Ugh. Rachel's saying, don't tell people about your channel that you made that mistake, and it totally screws up the algorithm because they subscribe out of obligation and then don't watch. Yeah, we were talking about that in the beginning. We did mention Scott's video, Otis. That's sticking now, Otis. Just like Mr. Wilson, for me, is sticking with Scott. I like that. About not wanting people to subscribe if they're not going to watch. And if they've got no interest in it, if they're watching your video and then skip into a video about something completely unrelated, that is going to mess things up for sure. Peter approves of my team, that we're decent, and he never likes playing against them. Yeah. I don't think you get to play against them that often because Man United is a lot better than Wolves. At least with NASCAR, they won't get lost, Daryl says. That's funny. My hour is up. I can't believe it. I was going to make this one short because we were going to have cake for my daughter's birthday, but after a day of wine tasting and going out for lunch and ice cream and all the good stuff, none of us want cake. So I'm glad we were able to do this 1 hour. I want to apologize, and I don't know why, but I feel like I should apologize because I didn't bring value to this live stream today. And if somebody else was saying that, I'd be in the comments giving him a hard time, because the value of this live stream, the biggest value of the live stream, is community and giving us all a chance to talk to each other. And I'm going to say hi to my friends who didn't make it tonight, and I know they wanted to make it. So I'm going to say hi to Jay and hi to Sandra and hi to Brandon. Where are you? Who probably had an intention to join but got caught up with something. So many people. And I really want to make a video to let all of you know that you all bring so much to me, and I'm so grateful and so appreciative of everyone. And it changes your life. Doing this changes your life, and I'm always going to be so grateful for that. Thank you, Otis, for saying that, all that nice stuff, and Peter and everybody else. Everyone's so awesome. Peter's saying, I want to see you make a video an hour after drinking Kava. Ali told me that Kava is not alcohol. What is going on? I need to research this immediately. Thank you, Oris, for saying that I'm a natural. Yeah, I had lots of imaginary friends when I was a kid. So this is actually not too different from that. Oh, look. Foxes is being so nice too. Well, I'm going to go. I'm going to let you all out. Peter, go to sleep immediately. And I will see you all in my next video, or if not, I'll see you on the next live stream. I hope you all have an amazing evening. See you soon.